Stop doing this now if you don't want to lose your third eye. And by lose, I mean letting a clumsy, rushed, or forceful approach sabotage the subtle sensitivity you're trying to cultivate. Two things to stop immediately: forcing your tongue deep into the palate and skipping the slow, staged progression that keeps your nervous system safe. A third common mistake to stop right away is practicing without clear intention and without rest between sets. That's how people burn out their sensitivity, not open it. I'll show you safer alternatives in a moment and the simple progressive steps that will actually build steady access to the third eye. If this is the sort of practical, cautious approach you want, hit subscribe so you don't miss future guided practices and safety-focused updates. The posture I'm teaching today is known in some yoga lineages as Rechari or Rechara Mudra, a tongue posture that ancient initiates kept close to the chest of their teachings, because small changes in the mouth can have surprisingly large effects on the nervous system. That mystique is real, but it's also practical. This is not magic. It's a body-based method with energetic language layered on top. For centuries, advanced practitioners used it in controlled environments. Today, we have anatomical knowledge and modern breathing science to help us practice responsibly. Let's be clear about what we mean by third eye. In modern conversation, it usually refers to a center of inner perception, sometimes called the pineal region. The pineal gland sits deep in the center of the brain, and the tongue and palate do not physically touch it. What many traditions point to is a functional bridge. The roof of the mouth, or palatal vault, is richly supplied with nerves and sits under the cranial base. Gentle stimulation there can influence cranial nerve activity, particularly pathways that communicate with the parasympathetic system, the vagus nerve being a major player in calming the body and opening inward attention. In energetic terms, the same stimulation is described as activating the bindu point and encouraging prana to circulate toward the brow center. Science may not fully explain everything traditions describe, but research suggests activating certain oral and cranial inputs can shift autonomic tone, which in turn changes how we perceive subtle sensations. So we hold both, anatomy and energy, together and cautiously. Now the concrete mistakes you must stop and the safer alternative for each. Stop forcing the tongue too deep into the palate. Forcing is where physical harm, bleeding, and lasting soreness begin. Safer alternative: keep contact gentle. Aim for a light, sustained connection of the tongue's surface to the front or middle of the hard palate, and maintain no pain, no forcing. If you feel sharp stretch or pressure, release immediately.
Stop skipping progressive levels. Many people see a video of an advanced posture and try to copy the look without the months of conditioning that lead there. Safer alternative: follow a staged progression. Short, gentle sessions at level 1 until the tissues adapt, then slowly increase duration and depth only when there's comfort. Stop practicing without clear intention or rest between sets. Mindless repetition causes fatigue and dulls sensitivity. Safer alternative: set a clear intention for each session. Work in short blocks with rests. Hydrate and allow the oral muscles to recover. Before we go into the how-to, one important safety line. If you experience pain, bleeding, dizziness, faintness, severe headache, or any alarming symptom, stop immediately and seek professional guidance. Do not practice while driving, operating machinery, or in situations where loss of balance or unexpected sensations could be dangerous. If you're unsure about whether this practice is safe for you, consult a healthcare professional. Beginner level is where most people should live for weeks or months. Sit upright in a comfortable chair or on a cushion. Keep your spine long but not rigid. Soften your shoulders. Rest your hands comfortably, palms up or in your lap. Close your mouth lightly. Gently curl the tip of the tongue so the front part rests just behind the upper front teeth, or lightly touches the area of the hard palate just behind them. You are not trying to push the tongue into the back of the throat. Keep the contact forward and comfortable. Breathe through your nose. Start with 2 minutes and notice how your body responds. If 2 minutes feels fine, no pain, no strain, only mild pressure or warmth, add a minute each day until you comfortably reach 5 minutes. Keep the mantra, no pain, no forcing, present. Between sessions, rest the tongue and drink a little water. Gentle tongue stretches, stick the tongue out and relax it, then draw it back a few times, can help prevent fatigue. Intermediate level introduces a slightly deeper palatal contact and longer breath awareness, but it is still not about force. From your beginner base, begin to lift the tongue gently so the broad middle of the tongue makes contact further back on the hard palatal vault, where the palate forms a higher dome. Maintain a soft, relaxed throat. Breathe slowly and evenly through the nose. Work in blocks of 5 to 10 minutes, 2 to 3 times a day if comfortable, with at least 5 to 10 minutes of rest between blocks. At this stage, you may begin to add a very slow, mindful breath pattern. Inhale for 4 counts, exhale for 6 counts, letting the exhale be a touch longer to favor parasympathetic engagement. Attention is key. Keep an internal watch on any strain in the jaw, tongue, or throat. If your jaw tightens, ease off and return to the beginner placement. Many people find that intermediate practice deepens sensations between the brows, a subtle pressure, tingling, or a soft inner light. These are common. All of them are sensitive indicators. Treat them kindly rather than chasing intensity. Advanced level is rare and should be approached with humility and a qualified guide. Traditional descriptions sometimes point to a deeper tongue placement that approaches the soft palate and the region near the nasal passage. I will not provide a step-by-step for deep insertion. Instead, I will say this plainly. Level 3 is advanced, optional, and not necessary for most of the benefits people seek. If you feel called to explore further after months or years of steady, pain-free practice, do so only with an experienced teacher present, and after medical clearance if you have any uncertainty. Never force or push beyond your comfort limit. Remember that steadiness and clarity, not extreme posture, are the true goals. Here is a full ritual template you can use at any of the first 2 levels. Sit comfortably with a long spine. Ground your feet or sit bones into the surface below. Close your eyes or keep a soft gaze. Place the foretongue gently against the chosen palatal spot, forward for level 1, slightly further back for level 2, without lifting the chin or straining the neck. Take 1 cleansing breath. Inhale slowly through the nose, exhale gently through the mouth to release any tension. For the remainder of the practice, breathe through the nose only, softly and evenly. Set a simple intention, spoken or unspoken. I practice with patience, or I open to inner clarity, or a short phrase that keeps you present. Keep the jaw soft. As you sustain the tongue contact, invite your attention to the area between the eyebrows. Imagine a soft circulation of breath and attention moving inward, like a gentle tide pulling toward the center. Stay for 5 to 15 minutes, depending on your level and comfort, starting at the shorter end and only extending the time as your tissue and nervous system allow. End the practice by releasing the tongue, lying the jaw softly, and taking 2 or 3 slow, grounding breaths. Gently massage the soft outside of your cheeks with your fingertips and take a sip of water. Rest for a few minutes before resuming daily life. What you may feel: gentle pressure or a pulsing sensation between the brows, a warmth along the roof of the mouth, subtle tingling around the scalp, or momentary flashes of color behind closed eyelids. Some people describe an inner stillness or brief clarity. These are generally benign and can be signs of nervous system engagement. Red flags to watch for are much sharper. Any sharp pain, sustained aching, bleeding from the mouth, intense dizziness, faintness, or severe headache. If any of these occur, stop immediately and rest. If symptoms persist after stopping, consult a healthcare professional. Do not push through pain. No practice is worth persistent injury. Here are practical safeguards to make your training steady and sustainable. Always warm up the tongue and jaw with gentle movements before sustained contact. Open and close the mouth slowly. Stick the tongue out and relax. Trace the lips with the tongue lightly. Hydrate before and after practice. A dry mouth makes the tissues less pliable. Limit practice sessions to short blocks and build up gradually. Short, consistent sessions trump infrequent marathon attempts. Put at least 5 minutes of rest between repetitions so the tongue muscles recover. If you notice cramping or fatigue in your tongue, stop and massage the chin and palate area externally to increase blood flow. Keep a simple journal to track how you feel after each session: duration, sensations, any discomfort, and whether your sleep or mood changed. This record helps you spot patterns and avoid overuse. A few common questions I hear. Will everyone feel visuals or strong sensations? No. Results vary widely. Many people report subtle shifts first: calmness, better sleep, improved breathing awareness. Some notice more pronounced inner imagery or tingling. None of these are guaranteed, and none should be chased at the cost of bodily comfort. Can I practice every day? Yes, if you practice lightly and listen to your body. Daily short sessions are usually better than occasional long ones. When should I seek a teacher? If you want to advance past gentle palatal contact, have persistent discomfort, or simply want personalized feedback, find a qualified yoga or somatic teacher who understands oral techniques. Do not attempt deep, unfamiliar placements alone. Quick safety checklist to repeat to yourself before each session. No pain, no forcing, progress slowly. If at any point you notice pain or bleeding, stop and give yourself time to recover. If an unusual neurological symptom appears, sudden vision changes, loss of coordination, fainting, seek medical attention. As you integrate this practice, consider complementary habits that support safe progress. Gentle pranayama or slow diaphragmatic breathing can help regulate the nervous system. Short periods of mindful rest and adequate hydration improve tissue resilience. Gentle mouth and jaw mobility exercises reduce the risk of strain. Sleep, nutrition, and stress management all influence how your nervous system responds to subtle practices. I promise not to overhype this. Nothing here guarantees mystical shortcuts or an instant opening. What this technique can offer, when practiced carefully, is a consistent route to a subtle, embodied sensitivity, greater calm, a steadier inner focus, and small openings of perception that grow over months of patient attention. Many traditions say that persistent ethical practice refines perception over time. Scientific language tends to say that changes in autonomic regulation and attention follow regular somatic practice. Both perspectives can coexist.
If you want a guided step-by-step path that gradually builds from level 1 through safe intermediate practices with daily prompts, there's a 21-day guide I created that walks you through this exact progression with audio support and recovery cues. If that feels useful, check the link in the pinned comment or the description below. It's optional. The safest practice is the one you can sustain without pain. To close, a simple grounding instruction you can use right now. Place your hand on your heart, take 3 slow, deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, then release the jaw and let the tongue rest naturally. Carry the intention of patience and kindness into your training. Remember, stop forcing, stop skipping progression, and stop practicing without rest. Practice consistently, listen to your body, and seek guidance when needed. Share your experiences below and let this community hold space for careful, responsible growth.